Ta-da! We are now live on Facebook, and we are recording for posterity. This is the Hebrew Aleph-Bet class presented by Yeshua Sabbath Church, and we are at session 5 or 4. 4. Nope, 5. We're at session 5. Somebody didn't write this all down. And we're going to start at page 41, which is lesson 13. And we are going to attempt very much so to get the whole of the Aleph-Bet done today. Piece of cake, yes? It's easy. Okay, here's page 13. Or page 41, lesson 13. As you see this row, letters that you know, there are 2 rows of all of these letters we have had. And I strongly, if you're going to try to learn this, the only way to do it is to do homework. Pick this up every night. So the letters you already know, these are not in alphabetical order. There is a bet and a vet, that's over here on the right-hand side. The bet has the dot, the vet does not. This is a B sound, a V sound. The resh looks like that. Can you see the little dot? Not much to see there. Maybe we'll do this. Bet and a vet. The resh is right there, and it has an R sound. A letter that looks amazingly close to it is the daled. It has a D sound. These 2 letters look alike. A shin, sh, is a sh sound, and it has the dot right there. A sin or a seen has an S sound, and it has the dot on the other side. Same letter, 2 different places for the dots. The tav, we are disregarding the one with the dot. The tav is this letter right here, and it has a T sound, last letter of the Aleph-Bet. This is a mem, and it has an M sound. This is a mem sophit, or final M, or mem. At the end of a word, the mem looks like this square thing right here. A lamed has an ascender. If we drew the line, oh boy, that's not, all right, that's a little better. The ascender is that little tail thing right there, and it goes up as far as you want it to go. The yud looks like that. Yud is a Y sound. This is a Vav, and that's the consonant Vav. Vav can also be a vowel. So occasionally you're going to see it as a consonant, and other times it's as a vowel, and it is confusing. It's supposed to be. Oops. Let me get my orange back. This final nun sophit, has a descender. So the nun goes like that, goes below the line, and that'll be a nun at the end of a word. These 2 letters have no sound, they just hold a vowel or a space. An aleph or an ein. The ein kind of looks like a big old Y, and it's confused with the letter we're going to see tonight. Aleph, ein have no sound. A nun in the word looks like that, like a little staple laying on its side. This is a gimel, third letter of the alphabet. And it is a G sound. This has a throat-clearing sound like the word Bach, the composer guy. And it's called a chet, C-H-E-T, chet. This is a hey, has an H sound. The difference between a het and a hey is this itty bitty space right here. Not much. This is a chaf. We had that last week. I forgot how we spoke about this other one. We call it a kuf or a kuf. No, we call it a kaf. Okay. All right. I know what I'm doing. Kaf without the dot. Kaf. K sound with the dot. These two are the same kind of thing. A final chaf or a chaf sofit looks like that, and it has a descender, so our little line goes that way. And this is the descender falling below it. All right, all that was real easy. Vowels, not all that easy. We added a bunch. Just their saying sound. This is a tzareh, but it says A. A-Y, like bay. These two little lines, one with the little T-like thing, looks like a T-shirt. That's called a kamatz, which is the Hebrew word for T-shirt. And this is a patak, and those have an ah sound. The difference between the two of them, the patak and kamatz, is grammar. That's it. They have the same sound. Let's leave it there. Two vav vowels. If the dot is what you see right here up on the top of the vav, it is an O sound. And like these are, okay, under the letter, under the letter, under the letter, these are the letter. Okay? So it's not like under or over, right? O, oo. The dot kind of in the middle is an oo. The dot on the top is an O. This is silent, or it has an sound. You know, I try to do, I know nobody else has this problem, but I try to do two things at once. Let me tell you how it don't work. And I left the other, This sounds, ooh, We'll see it. It's better to look at it in the word. Shiva. That's a Shiva. This is a Segol. It has a sound also, 3 dots. This is a sound, and it's a single dot. Again, these are under the letter. And this is looking that way. And this produces a sound of E. And this is usual. No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind, I didn't say it. So we have 2 new letters. They look just alike. They're up here in this corner. This is a fe. Nope, I spelled that wrong. A fe. F sound. This is a pay. A P sound. It really is the same letter. A vowel that is found under the letters, this is called a, get the spelling right, kibbutz, and it produces an oo sound just like that. That kibbutz might replace this vav vowel from time to time. There will be a letter, the vav vowel is dropped, and the kibbutz is under the letter previous to it. Messes with our spelling sometimes. It might confuse us looking up the word in a dictionary. Pei Fei. Okay, again, go through those exercises, and let's go to, page 42, the next page, 42, and down to number 9. This is a word. The kibbutz is used under the chet, and it's pronounced ku. It's pronounced ku. And then the mem with an ah sound. And the shin at the end. So we have 2 syllables. There's 1. Here is the other syllable. Hu mash. Now it says that means it's the 5 books of Moses. It's the Torah. Commented. How do you spell comment? M-M? Yeah. Well, that's my terminology. I don't want it to be confused with the actual Torah. It is. It has the actual Torah words, but it has comment, Jewish commentary, lots of it. Buku. Go to page 43 and let's practice with a few of those letters. You get over there. Okay, we got 43. And in 43, we're going to go down to line 3. And we're going to use some pays and phase. First word right here. This has a dot on top of that vav. I'm sorry it doesn't show up so well. This is a shin, an O sound, so this is show. And this is an F sound, so that's far. Got it? Shofar. Two syllables. Peh. Okay, we already know how to spell shofar, okay? Peh. And then I'm going to use 2 colors this time. Peh. Peh-ri. Okay, we have the dot underneath the resh and the yud at the end of the word. That makes that E sound. That's a vowel. We saw that on page 39 when we were looking at it, and before that. Peri, fruit. This should be easy. How would I pronounce that word? The next one, under here, or above here. Po? Yep. Po. Rat here. Po. I don't care about a pencil. But we have an important word on line 4 because we celebrate this, yes? 2 syllables. This is a P sound. This is a oo sound, so that must be poo. Another color. Poo. Purim. See it? Yeah, it's in English below it. Don't care. But you can see how it came about. Hanukkah. For how many ways are there to spell Hanukkah? I believe somebody proved it. There's about 62 or 60-something ways to spell Hanukkah. All right, here's what it looks like. Remember this vowel right here. We don't pronounce the Shiva part. We pronounce the patak part. So it's just an ah sound. So this must be cha. Remember that's a het, so it's got that cha. Another color. That's the kibbutz under it, so that's a new. And then this is a kaf, because it's got the dot. If it didn't have the dot, it'd be a kaf, a CH throat clearing sound, but it doesn't. It's a K sound. So you can get away with saying Hanukkah. Yes. Yes. It can be Purim. All right, if it's Purim, then you're pronouncing that. Purim. Yes? Purim. You caught me. Oh, no, I don't know what I can do about that. Sorry. Chanukah. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to go there. The first 5 books of the Bible, what I just said, it's the Torah plus the commentary. Chumash, we did that just a bit ago. A Torah portion, the reading portion, is called this word. If you are reading many of the Torah books with all of the nikud, all of the vowels and so forth and the other stuff that's in it, a portion will be delineated by a pei at the end of this portion. So I might have 4 chapters. There's 7 parashah in it. All right? First parashah is this many verses, a whole bunch of verses, and at the end of that parashah is a pei. So the readers can say, all right, that's the next reader. And then they call up the next reader. So you get to listen to 7 guys muddle through reading the Hebrew in the Torah portion. All right, let's see how this one spreads out. Okay, that's a pei because it's got the dots, so that's a pa. And another color. Pa-ra. Parasha. And you could add the hey at the end of this. That hey at the end of the word just actually tells us that this is a feminine word. Parasha. Okay, let's go to line 5. This is it's an adjective, is that right? I'm describing somebody. So that's an adjective. A nice boy, because it's masculine. A nice girl, because it's feminine. And how do I know that? I don't know. I look it up in the dictionary. Okay, this is pronounced Ya. This is a F sound, this fe, and it's pronounced pe, so it's pronounced so it must be ya, Yahweh. That must mean this is pronounced Yahweh.
Question. Line 5 on Parasha.
Yeah?
Line 4, yeah, Sparta, right? You said it was a feminine word because of that H on the end.
It's a feminine word because of that.
And then down below on line 5, it becomes masculine.
Feminine word.
I mean, masculine.
The masculine doesn't have the. It has a segol instead of a kamatz.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now we're going to skip all of this good stuff. Wait a minute. We got to do. Yeah, let's do number 8, line 8. The word for family. Anybody like watching silly movies? Cartoons? Cars? In that movie, the race car said, talking about his family, and he called him a mishpoka, deliberately mispronouncing it. Well, this is the word that he was trying to pronounce incorrectly. This is the first syllable, and it is mish. I'm adding the H there so you don't pronounce me something else. Mish. Mish pa. Mishpacha. So our family, this church family, is called the Mishpacha, not Mishpoka. Although that's funny. I'm going to deliberately cut that out. The blessings. Oh, wait a minute. That was wrong. I'm going to cut this bottom line out. We're only looking at line 9 right now, all right? We say the blessing over to food. Yes? And it goes like line 9. There's a first line, then there's a second line, which isn't shown here, and then there's the third line, what we're blessing him for. We're blessing Yahweh. So this is as good a time as any to do a good Hebrew lesson on a phrase. This is Baruch, the CH at the end, Baruch. Baruch, bless. The second word is the masculine word for you, atah. In much Jewish stuff, you're going to see the double yud for Yahweh. It's their code reminding them, don't ever pronounce his name. We're not going to have that. That's a superstition. It's actually Yahweh. And we're going to have a lesson on this. Yud He Vav He. Yahweh. We've done this one before. Eloheinu. All right? Eloheinu. You can see that. Lo, Hey, Nu. Eloheinu. All right? Melech is a Hebrew word for king. Or, yeah, king. And that's pronounced meh. I left myself not enough room here. That's not right. Okay, now I got room. So this word is, oops, melech, meh, lek. Okay, that's this word. Melech. And this last word is the hey means the. It's a prefix, the olam, and the olam is considered universe, the big everything out there. So that's pronounced. Let me get this kid out of here. We don't need him. Goodbye. All right. Melech. Ha. I'm going to make that like that, okay? Olam. You see it? Ha olam. That will be in just about every blessing we're going to say. And we will, at the end of these, next week, we will be doing, I'm going to say, useful phrases. Marcia's got some great stuff with the Psalms. The Psalms are the most wonderful thing to read in Hebrew. The blessings certainly are. We have to cover those. All right, we did page 43. Let's move on to page 44, which gives us 2 new letters. Page 44. Let's get up here to the 2 new letters. Okay. We got all the other letters. Everybody's happy with the other letters. This is called a tet. Tet, and it's a T. And here's how I think it's drawn. I kind of do it, now I'm lefty, so I kind of do it this way. Okay? For righties, maybe you might want to do something like that. Big old U, a U shape with the little hooky thing in it. Easy. And that's a T. This is a Kuf, and it's a K. Or some writers make it a Q. Not QU, just Q. So that's one of those things that's designed to mess your mind up. When you're reading the transliterated, now you're seeing the Q and you wonder, what? Okay, it's a Kuf. I'm going to skip a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to lesson 15, which is page 48, so we can backtrack. Page 48. And we have 3 letters. Okay, get the spelling right here. This letter is called a tzadi. The sound is T, TZ. We say the word pizza, pizza, that ain't the way it's spelled. It's Pizza, but we pronounce it pizza, like it's got a tzadi in there. Okay, so that's a tzadi, and it's spelled Tzadi. Tzadi. And the next thing, and this is easy to make, okay? You make a angle thingy. And then about halfway up this thing, you sort of shoot up a little leg. And the tzadi sofit has a descender, and the tzadi sofit is easy. Drop a line, go like that. Tzadi sofit. And a regular ordinary Z is this thing here, and it's called a Zayin. Zayin. Zayin, and it's a Z. A lot of times our English, like the word Zion, is not Zion, it's Zion. Because it's a tzadi, the first letter is a tzadi, not a Zayin. So it is pronounced Zion, not Zion. Okay? And it's just things that happened in the translation or world 1,000 years ago. We're not responsible for it. And it messes us up.
So when you read in the Bible, it says S-I-O-N, it's a good pronunciation.
S-I-O-N is an incorrect, yeah, S-I-O-N is anglicized pronunciation. It's not wrong, it's just not right. All right, last letters on page 54, lesson 16. And then we can get down to some real meat and potatoes around here. Okay, Pastor talked about this letter some time ago. This is a Samic. Samek. Samic. That's the chet sound at the end. And here's how I draw it. I sort of try to draw a circle. All right? Start out here and leave a tag, leave a good-sized tag so everybody knows that's what it is. Samic, an S. And this has a descender, a final Fe or Fe Sofit, there is no Pei Sofit. Pop is not a Hebrew word. There's no fe sofit or pe sofit. There's a fe sofit, so there could be a puff or poof.
Can you confuse that with the M so feet sometimes if you draw it?
Well, I don't know. Here's how I try to do it. The mem sofit is, the samic. That's why I do it as square as you can get away with. Yeah. Now, sometimes in the text, in the books, if the printing is a little on the sloppy side, yeah. But I'll guarantee you if the samic is in the middle of a word, it's not a mem. Because a mem sofit, because that has to be at the end of the word. Yeah. So you got to kind of think sometimes, and it happens in our English words. We're just accustomed to English. Okay. Back. All right, that's all of your Aleph-Bet. You have the Aleph-Bet chart, which I left at home, which I should have brought. But anyhow, the Aleph-Bet chart, which looks like that. The Aleph-Bet chart shows us all of the letters in alphabetical order. All of the letters are also numbers. Another lesson. There they are. It shows the Sofit letters where they belong instead of where we've studied it. Down here, it gives us the common vowels, and it gives us common prefixes and suffixes. You really need to know this sheet. If you don't have this one from the classroom, for those of you on whatever, YouTube and Facebook and stuff, they're on the internet. This is not top secret information. This information is available to everybody. I honestly say, get one of these printed out and study it and know it. Cold. Yeah. Well, actually, if you know this, you can read it. Yes? Oh, yeah, if you want one real bad, I will email you you got to email me, though. I won't go looking for your emails. And it's okay? Servant. That's wrong. VANT. I don't know how to spell English. That's the way it is. Okay. Pardon me? Yeah, Hebrew ain't so bad. Actually, I kind of like Hebrew. It makes more sense. We left off with words on page 43. So let's go to page 46, and for about the next 20 minutes we will look at some short phrases. If I have to write it out and transliterate it, I would, but you should know these. Okay, the first word over here is the word for good, and it is a T, that's a tet, T-O-V, tov. Good means, or tov is good. In Hebrew, you talk Yoda. Or wait a minute, actually, Yoda talks Hebrew. True. So you have the next phrase, you have, anyway, tov follows the first word. How do you, what is that called? This word means morning, the second word means good. So you say morning good. You say it backwards. You say it Yoda style. And that's bo. This is a K sound. So the kuf is a K sound. Bo care. Bo care. Tov. Bo care means morning. Bo care tov. So when you get up in the morning and you want to say good morning, you say boker tov. Yes?
Why is it reversed again?
Because that's Hebrew. Because that's the way they do it. I don't know. I don't remember the terminology.
Are they all going to do like that?
Yes, the syntax will always be this way. You're going to find, like this dog here, is a Kalev Tov. Kalev is dog. So he's a good dog, and he's called Kalev Tov. Also called Kalev Rav. He's a big dog. Okay?
Dog is good, dog is...
Yeah. Dog, good, dog, big. We use the term Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeshua, the Messiah. He's actually Messiah Yeshua. Title, Messiah, Yeshua. The high priest is the Kohen HaGadol. So Kohen is priest. Ha, the Gadol, high, is the describer of what the priest is. It's easy. Actually, it's cooler.
So whenever you have two separate words or a sentence, you always want to go to the last one first.
Not always. Don't do it always with Hebrew. It won't work. Most of the time, this is the way, the format or the syntax you're going to see words. Because here the next word is erev. This is rev, tov. Good evening. We call the Sabbath evening erev Shabbat or evening Sabbath. Yes? And then if it's night, when we're all done and we're leaving this place, we're going to say lie. Oh, that don't look right. Let's try this again. Lie. That's this one. La. Lila Tov. Lila Tov. Good night. All right? Night, good. The Hebrew phrase tov mo'od means good very. Mo'od meaning very. So, syntax-wise, you're just saying very good. Yeah? It honestly is not as confusing once you get used to it. That's just the way it's done. And we're going to take some of our sentences and phrases apart as we go along. Okay, they're using the term holiday, and maybe that's not a good word as much as Moedim. Moedim will be called a Yom. This is Yom Day Tov. Yom Tov, a good day. So every Shabbat we say it's a Yom Tov. Today is going to be another Yom Tov because it's Rosh Chodesh. Hoping we're going to see the sliver up there in about, what, about an hour? Yeah? Yeah. Skip down to line 6. A shoresh, a root for the word set apart, is this. Let me make a big space here. I'm just going to delete that. And whoops, we're going to do too far. Actually, that's right. Kuf has a descender. That is the root for set apart. So here for the word holy, set apart, kadosh. All they did was they stuck that vowel in there. It didn't add an extra letter, it added a vowel. We could have just as easily put a little dot there and said kadosh, but I'm not going to do that. Kadosh, set apart. Sanctification, which is setting it apart, is ki-dush. Okay? Same 3 letters, different vowel arrangement. Holiness is kodesh. This could have been spelled kodesh by adding that vav vowel in there. It's the same word. And all of it, just holiness. Sanctified us. Kid Shah Nu. Suffix means us. Eloheinu, our, or us, Elohim of our, us, Elohim of our. Okay? Kid Shah Nu. Now, sanctifies adds a prefix, so this is mekadesh. Mekadesh. All of that is the kuf dalid resh, a root for set apart. We manipulate the vowels a little bit. We throw in a suffix and a prefix here and there, and we can make it into a phrase. Sanctifies us. This is easy. Actually, Hebrew's easier than English. Because I already know what I'm looking right at this, and I know this has got something to do with sanctifying or holy or something like that. And the new at the end, well, that's our, us, we. So all I got to do is know holy we or holy us. Oh, okay, well, all of them vowels turn it into makes us set apart. Yes? Yes, ma'am.
So if you're an adult learning this, and you were writing essays and so forth in college, let's say, in the land, or even in high school, they wouldn't necessarily be critiquing grammar. They just would want to know what the body of what you're trying to get at, because it seems like there'd be a lot of choices.
Well, that I don't know. The question has to do with how do they write this stuff in college and stuff. I don't have the faintest idea because they don't write the vowels in there. So you're reading the word, and unless you get the context from the sentence, you don't know for sure what it means. You got to decipher the context too. Now, apparently, you can do this on the fly. We do it in English. We see words and phrases and we're snappy. We know what it means. So apparently they can do it just as easily in their language, in Hebrew. I'm kind of wanting to lean towards more biblical Hebrew than I am conversational Hebrew. Quite frankly, we're not going to go to Israel and sit around chit-chat with people in a restaurant. And if you do, go ahead, do that, whatever you want to do. But you will read Hebrew here. You will be reading the prayers and the blessings, and you will be reading Hebrew out of the scripture, out of the book. We already have some Hebrew we've been showing you. That's deliberate, so that you get accustomed to seeing the Hebrew letters. What we did down in Florida is we had all the blessings and prayers in the Hebrew. And they got to see it, and they were hearing the words, hopefully pronounced nearly correct. And there was transliterated underneath it so they could read all of the other prayers and blessings. But after a while, it's Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. I mean, you know what that is. And it's just going to be repeated 25 times, 30, 40. It's not hard. I hope that helped. Okay. This word on line 7, this word here that's above prayer shawl, we ought to know what that is. Can you figure it out by looking at it? This must be a This is a T, ta. I, or wait a minute, that's E, talit, talit. That's how you spell talit. Now on our talit bags, I know pastors got one and I got one, it doesn't have the vowels in there. So you're supposed to know that scribble is a talit. If you wanted to say to somebody, please give me that, there it is. Be. Va. Ka. Bevakasha. Please. Okay, we have in the past couple of readings this word and its variations. I know we're running over right now, okay, but that's the way that goes. So this word for judgment is used, and it is pronounced actually, I was wrong. Mish. Mishpat. Mishpat. Mishpatim must mean more than one mishpat. That must also tell us that a mishpat is a masculine noun. So mishpatim is plural of that. And let's see. Okay. That little black furry thing over there is called this word, he's male, so it must be a katan. If it was a female, it'd be ketana. Same letters, just adding this little feminizer here or whatever. Jacob. His name's not Jacob. It's Yaakov. Okay. All right. We've gone an hour-ish? All right. I don't want to go any further. I really want to get on page 47 with all of them prayers and blessings. I'm probably going to have a handout for next week where we're going to do blessings over the wine and the bread and the meal and some of the other blessings that we would use. The word siddur means order, and it is the prayer book. When we do Kaddish this Sabbath, because it's a Torah procession, we're going to do it in Hebrew. You're going to love it. And it is a thing that you will learn eventually because it's a song. And you will remember it. And it's really cool to get those things, get the tunes. Quite frankly, it's a thing that I just love. The Shema, there's a bunch of other ones. They really get you. So, let's close with a moment. Avenu Melkenu, our Father, our King, we praise your set-apart name, Yahweh, and we thank you for your Kadosh language. In Yeshua's name, Amen.